Hey everybody, Steven here, and today showcasing some of the just funny bugs and glitches that I've found while playing Cyberpunk for the small amount of time that I've actually been playing. This first one was actually with one of well, it's the main mission where you actually get Johnny Silver in your head, and this was weird. One, just the arm. I don't know what's going on. It looks like a creature out of like a horror movie, like The Thing or something like that. But it also wasn't prompting me to continue any further. I actually had to backtrack out of this because there's a guy that's supposed to come down through the elevator that you have to defeat. And then on the second pass, it glitched again, which is what you're seeing right here, where his body was just shooting across the map. And so finally I was just like, all right, I'm just going to throw a grenade and see if I can kill this guy. And it worked. Otherwise, I was going to have to reset again to get past this point. Next one, we have Breakdancing Dumpster. This one was interesting. A lot of characters getting stuck in objects, which is just odd to see. But with this one, the physics were throwing her body all over the place. And so just... as you can see, it's literally flipping everywhere. I was wondering if she was going to start almost like attaching to other objects and then dragging those with her, which was really the hope. Shot her a bunch, didn't do anything. I don't showcase it, but I finally hit her with a car, and then the trash can here, or whatever it is, just like kind of disappeared into the wall, and then her body was just lying there. So... she got some good dance moves, though. Some good spins here going. Just an interesting glitch that happened with all of this. I'm curious to see how much of this gets improved with future updates. Especially a lot of the character behavior, which we're going to showcase here in a minute. A lot of just weird character animations and routines that, for whatever reason, don't seem like they're that fleshed out. It just seems like they repeat themselves. And that really takes you out of the world, too, where you watch a character kind of repeat an animation over and over again, and they don't do anything else, right? So, next, this guy got into a gunfight, and he just took off, but I noticed he's running, like, sideways. It's like he's gliding on the ground. It doesn't look like he's like regular running. It's weird. It's almost like he's running on like one of those, I don't know if they're called an escalator, but like at the airport where it's like walking you forward. And then, yeah, fell random and then decided to zoom off and then completely disappeared. A lot of characters just completely disappearing with all of this. They're there for 1 second and then they are gone the next. This one, getting to the character routines and animations, I actually recorded this for like 5 minutes and it just keeps cycling over and over again. He talked to me at first a bunch, but it's just like weird. He's like yanking her body around. And then she throws up. The puke lands behind her for some reason. And then he starts like thrashing her about again. It's just really weird. It almost looks like he's just abusing her. Like it's more violent, like he's just shaking her. And then of course she just keeps throwing up. Nothing's coming out. She's just bowing forward. And then I like how the characters will like still address you as some of this is going on. They'll ask you questions like, what are you looking at? Whatever it may be. But it cycled through over and over and over again until finally I was like, all right, I'm just going to walk away and see what happens. Nothing changes. This guy ran into this. It was just one of those, you get it close to something and it's like, all right, some stuff's going down with police officers. Go in and kill everybody. And then this guy's acting like something's going on. Like, he looks like one of the members, I'm forgetting what the mystery crew or whatever from like Scooby-Doo. Like he's like walking around like he's in a haunted house, and then he just starts walking over barrels like in the environment. No issue with that. Bodies are lying there, and same thing, he just cycled through this over and over and over again in that weird walk, like he's in a tight crawl space walking uphill. I have no idea what's going on. and then the car started moving. um, but yeah, in the character animation, certain things like the way he's moving is like, who moves like that? Nobody moves like that. um, so I thought this was going to be interesting. Ran through these guys. I was like, all right, I'll film this and I'll just take these guys out, right? Plow through them, turn around. I'm going to try and run through them again, and gone. They're just gone. Everybody's gone. There's some floating objects though, which I get out to look at. It's that weird, like, where you'll do a double take, everybody will be there, and then nothing. And I was able to get some of the stuff, like the weapon right there from, I'm assuming, these two from these guys I hit. And it was weird that they had the cars lined up and they were just on fire. This guy right there, he throws the cane down, zooms back to him. His behavior, too, is super weird. Drops it on the ground, scoops up and licks up stuff off the ground, but there's nothing there. It's just invisible. And I don't know if this dude's like a crackhead or what. His behavior just becomes really chaotic. You could see it drops down a little bit again, pops back up. Look at this dude's all over the place. Right there. Like he's in a hurry. Throws it down. Boom. Floats through his arm. Back in his hand. This one was interesting. So two characters like melded together. Not moving. But it's kind of creepy because it looks like the dude's like creepily holding his waist like on his back, and like I'll pan around here in a second. It almost looks like he's like kissing on his neck. It's pretty creepy. But yeah, they're just two guys mashed together. The other guy doesn't say anything, just the guy in the back. And the guy in the front just is kind of like shifting a little bit, but he's not doing anything. Yeah, kissing on his neck. There it is right there, just kissing on his neck. I don't know what's going on.
Hello?
This one's interesting because, like, feminine looking. I don't know if it's a girl or not. Hispanic voice. No lip sync going on, which that's happening with a lot of characters. But it's like a white, girlish guy with a Hispanic accent. And then this dude, I don't know what he's wearing. Like, gloves, boots, cut off shorts. This one's been showcased quite a bit. Like, if you are looking at cars at a very long distance, like, they're like weird. This looks like it's on a PlayStation 1. I don't know what's going on. And you'll see the cars like pop out of nowhere. They'll pop in and pop out. And then if you zoom in, yeah, like they look like almost cardboard cutouts. Just moving around there. And if you get close, like they all just disappear and then it's regular cars. But it's really weird. I don't know what's going on with this one. Look at the angle. Like it looks horrible. So bad. 8 years in development, which I'm assuming, let's give them like 3 years for creating the engine. All right, 5 years of really focusing on the game, and that's what it looks like. And there's like a lot more cars there, and then nothing once you get up close. I also noticed you cannot flip the cars. You can't roll them or anything. Like they'll always, it's like, I guess even in Halo it still does it. Like the warthogs will still roll over. These just won't ever flip upside down. They'll always land upright. I tried flipping this thing for a good half hour, just like going off cliffs, and then I found some faster cars and tried to flip it, and it would never work. It just always will land always will land upright. I don't know what's going on. Grabbed a faster car. I was like, all right, let me see if I can like barrel roll this thing and do something. And it was harder than I thought. But still, even with me messing up on this, I thought I'd get like something. Nothing. We'll just land upright. Quite odd. And I'm not sure if, like, I need to spend a little bit more time. I was going to get like a bigger truck or something and see if that would do anything, but I just don't think the cars are allowed to flip, because I don't think that they have it so that your character would know how to get out. And I think that's partly what I was trying to do with trying to flip it. It's like, all right, what happens when if I flip this thing and the character's in there, what happens then? What does it do? Is there a bug or something like that that may pop up? And I just couldn't get it to flip at all. Trying to hit some jumps too, just to see how much air you can get, but it's just pretty gnarly to see. It'll just wiggle its way back to like, okay. Like nothing. And it, the way it bounces too, like it bounces like a little bouncy ball. But yeah, that's something anybody can play around with. I'd love to see a video if somebody actually gets that to do that. This was a weird tunnel where this is another common bug that you'll see where the character pops up. But I actually do a couple loops through this because it always happens here. Doesn't matter. I drove through this a bunch of times. It still pops up. Boom, right there. Sometimes naked, sometimes with clothes, sometimes just the head or the lower portion of the body. But what you'll see is on one of the passes, I'll even slow it down for a second. And you'll see even the characters on the side over there, on the right-hand side, I just passed, their clothes disappear and they start like flickering, basically. Just, yeah, super odd. I don't know what's going on with this one section. There's a gnarly bug going on. So here we'll see it slow down, but look to the right and you'll see, yeah, their clothes are popping on and off. They're flickering. And then it's gone. This guy, killed him, shot him a bunch of times. He kept talking to me. He would just randomly, what is he saying? Come on, what are you waiting for? Yeah, he's taunting me. The dude's dead. He was actually stuck in the table for a while too, before I actually turned the camera on. Started recording this lady, foot through the back, and shot her back so her leg wasn't like that, and then the dude, yeah, he has to chime in about it. So that's going to be it for this video though, everybody. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.